Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my top 10 games of 2015. We're going to break them all down from 10 to 1, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Taking the number 10 slot is Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds, developed by Mages Studios. This was a very surprising title to me. It's a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up with very heavy influence by this anime art style, which I believe this is an anime as well, so it would make sense. But this game really kind of got me out of nowhere. I believe it was on consoles first, but it was released on PC this year, so it still qualifies. It is a side-scrolling beat 'em up that you do actually level up in, and you have about 8 different characters that you can go through and play as. They each have their own unique abilities, and it's up to 4-player co-op. No, we did not get the online mode on it, so you will need other people in the room to enjoy this one with you, but it is probably one of the best beat 'em ups that I have played in recent memory. But other than that, I mean, this is a fantastic game that is worth your time. It's worth taking a look at because it's a gem for sure. Warhammer Vermintide, developed by Fat Shark and published by Fat Shark. This is a kind of a Left 4 Dead clone, if you will, but it's not really a copy because they put a very heavy emphasis on melee combat in this one rather than gunplay. Yes, there is gunplay, but the melee combat's where it shines, and you go up against hordes upon hordes of these disgusting rat creatures in these very gothic-esque environments from the Warhammer universe. The characters in there's about 5 or 6. Each one plays very unique to one another, so there are qualms that I have with it, but it's fantastic from what I've played on it thus far. What I would recommend is do not go into this with randoms because it can be highly frustrating. If you don't complete a level, you do not get loot to further your character progression, and it's frustratingly difficult. But if you have 3 other people, 3 other buddies that you can play with, this game is a damn good time. It's fantastic. It is not for kids, but it is a fantastic game. Game of Thrones by Telltale Studios. The best, in my opinion, Telltale game that they have came out with to date. I am an avid Game of Thrones fan, and this uses all of the original actors, at least 90% of them. They reprise their roles in this. This game is not your traditional type of game. It is a story-driven, dialogue-heavy experience where you make choices that do affect the outcome of the game, and those choices are permanent. In fact, at the end of every single episode, it will give you a recap of what everyone else chose. Technically, the first episode came out in December of 2014, but the rest of them came out this year in 2015. I need to sit down and finish this one because I haven't quite finished it yet. But if you are a Game of Thrones fan, I cannot recommend this enough, as it is like it's like living an entire season on its own. Hand of Fate, developed and published by Defiant Development. This is a very unique game in which it's a card game, but it's also an action-adventure game. The way it works is you have choices through the cards that you choose, and you actually kind of build this deck as you play, and the cards, both good and bad, go into it, and you get your equipment and you get your power-ups from this deck. But at the end of every segment, you actually go into a combat-oriented action sequence, which is very akin to the Dark Knight series or Shadows of Mordor, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. It has unlimited amount of replayability because every single adventure you do is going to be different, and the uniqueness is really what sold me on this. I've never really played anything like this before. It's kind of like having your own dungeon master who makes the deck according to how well you do the game. So thank you for doing something different, Defiant Development. You guys really have a special game here and something to really be proud of. Transformers Devastation, developed by Platinum Games, who have bringing you such hits as Bayonetta and God Hand. This is a melee-focused Transformers stylistic action game that actually focuses on the toys in the original series rather than the movies. And thank God, because I've gotten really, really tired of those. But this was a nice change of pace, whereas all the other Transformer games are typically going to be third-person shooters. This really shows what the Transformers could do if you were given the ability to do melee combat. There's a loot system in it, whereas you get multiple different weapons. There's 5 different Transformers to play as. It's kind of on the short side, which is probably for the best because it does get a bit repetitive, but before you get bored with it, there's always something else that comes up, and you do get other combos to unlock and learn, and it's balls hard, but if you are a really avid Transformers fan, you cannot pass this one up. Coming in at number 5 is Mortal Kombat 10, the latest in the NetherRealm Studios Mortal Kombat series. This is going to be the second one that they've put out along with Injustice, so their third fighting game in general, and they've kind of got a stride going with these games now, especially when it comes to the story portion of the game that I thoroughly enjoy. There was a lot of controversy coming around this one in the form of microtransactions and things like that, but if you can look past that and just appreciate the game for what it is, which is a gorgeous rendition that was well needed for the Mortal Kombat universe. I mean, this game is absolutely fantastic. The X-ray scenes and the fatalities couldn't be any more gory than what they've put into this, and I enjoyed this from not only an aesthetic point of view, but a gameplay point of view, and it was one of my favorite games that I played that came out this year for sure. Coming in at the number 4 slot, Assault Android Cactus, developed by Witchbeam Studios, is their very first game that came out, and this is a twin-stick shooter that has up to 4-player co-op going for it with a very large cast of characters. There's about 8 or 9 in total, and each one plays distinctly from the other. Yet this is a little bit more on the difficult side depending on what part you're at in the game, but it's forgiving in the beginning, so it doesn't just throw you into this bullet hell simulator. This game has so much charm to it. They really spent a lot of time, and you can tell the dedication for their craft in this. It's genuinely funny, and it does provide that challenge if you are looking for it. But if you have some people to play with you, couch co-op style, this one has been overlooked a little bit, I feel, and it really is deserving of your attention because I had a fantastic time with this game. Check it out. Okay, so I'm kind of cheating again with this one. Grand Theft Auto 5 from Rockstar Games. These guys, what can be said about this that already hasn't been said? It came out on PC this year, which gave us the 60 frame per second, absolutely gorgeous gameplay that's in here. The online mode offers hours upon hours of entertainment that's in here. It was difficult for me to even capture footage to try to decide what to show off in this because there is so much you can do. You literally can take on a persona all your own. I mean, it's the best, hands down, Grand Theft Auto game that has ever been made, and they continually are updating it with new heists, new levels, but these damn loading screens that take 15 minutes to finally get in there. But once you're in the game, then you just hang on for a wild ride because I lose myself in this game. I really do. If you can think of it, you can do it. And it is one of the most gorgeous games that I have ever seen. So if you have not played this, do yourself a favor and pick it up. At the number 2 slot, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the latest in the Dragon Ball Z games that have made its way to actually PC. I believe that's the first time we've got one on PC, but God, this is the best one that we've ever had. This is everything I've ever wanted out of a Dragon Ball Z game. Customizable characters that actually go into the story that you're playing. Yes, it's the same story we've heard every single time, but there are some new bits that is unique to this game. And the MMO aspects of it, I mean, this is by far the best Dragon Ball Z game that's ever came out. I mean, I cannot believe what they were able to accomplish in this, and I really sincerely hope that they do it again because I want more. The combat system is fantastic. You get gear and equipment that level you up, and you are part of the Dragon Ball story. It doesn't get any better than that. Making your own character, making your own Super Saiyan, and being able to customize their movesets. If they put a little more into it, maybe a little more free roam, maybe a little more open world aspect to it, it will be the best Dragon Ball Z game, an open world Dragon Ball Z game. But until then, this was a definite good start, and I cannot recommend this enough for any fan of the Dragon Ball Z series. And our number 1 slot goes to Rocket League, the game that I found myself playing more than just about anything else this year in 2015, and what a surprise this one was. It came out of left field. I don't think anyone was expecting this game to have the impact that it did in the esports world, in the streaming communities, and just about anyone can play this. The accessibility is absolutely phenomenal. A lot of people have put this as their number 1, and for good reason, and I am with them. They are continually updating this game for free. They have the different mutators in the game now that you completely customize what you want to play. The car customization is absolutely fantastic, and it never gets old. Every game is going to be different. You can always pick it up and play a few matches and put this thing down, and I will continue to do so, especially if the developers keep supporting this game. Hats off to these guys. They did a fantastic job, and I'm really excited to see what comes out next, because this one was fantastic. I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who has supported me through 2015. This has been a wonderful year for myself and my family, and if you guys like this video, please subscribe, give me a comment, whatever you want to do. Dislike it if you like. It really helps out, but I wanted to make sure you guys have not forgotten. I couldn't be here without you.